Live from KSAT 12, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
A woman found dead in her home. A relative who lived there now reported missing. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office now asking for your help to find him. Sheriff Javier Salazar saying this afternoon they do not know if he is connected to the woman's death, but he was reported missing today. This is Andrew Boyd Tietens. He was last seen in a 2015 white Jeep Wrangler.
A welfare check led BCSO deputies to the 57-year-old woman's home on White Mulberry. It's on the far west side. It happened last night. Sheriff Salazar says she showed signs of severe trauma. BCSO investigating this as a homicide until they get word from the medical examiner's office. Here is Tieten's picture one more time. The sheriff says if you do see him, don't approach him. Instead, call the number on your screen. Again, he's believed to be in a white Jeep with the license plate number FZX9217.
The latest strategy from CPS Energy, apparently trying to hide criticism of its president and CEO.
Attorneys representing the beleaguered company informing the defenders they believe complaints filed against Paula Gold-Williams by its senior legal team prior to their resignation are confidential and should stay out of public view.
Our Dylan Collier on this not-so-transparent turn from the public utility.
San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg last month provided cover for embattled CPS Energy leader Paula Gold-Williams, the board trustee acknowledging that he was aware of internal complaints filed against the utility's president and CEO, while at the same time ducking a question about whether those grievances warranted taking action against her.
I'm not going to get into personal issues.
Earlier this summer, Chief Legal Officer Carolyn Shellman and her Deputy General Counsels, Zandra Pullis and Abigail Ottmers, all resigned. A combined 88 years of legal experience that walked out the door after a reported dispute over CPS's legal strategy following February's deadly winter storm. CPS has already spent millions on outside legal fees as they try and dig out from a billion-dollar financial hole blamed on the winter blast. Days after utility officials said there were two sides to every story, Gold-Williams refused to give hers.
What were the substance of complaints filed against you by members of your senior legal team before they resigned? And why won't you talk about it publicly?
Because it is internal personnel matters. We wish them the very best. They made their decisions, and we are focused now on the storm.
And while CPS officials, without delay, provided us records showing Pullis and Ottmers were paid out a combined $146,000 in accrued leave and benefits, money earned during their tenures, the utility has not been forthcoming about what they said on their way out, telling the state attorney general the information is confidential. State officials will eventually make the determination on whether that's the case. For the defenders, Dylan Collier, KSAT 12 News.
Shellman, Pullis, and Ottmers have all not responded to requests for comment from the defenders about their exact reasons for leaving CPS Energy. Utility officials last month named Shanna Ramirez their interim chief legal and ethics officer.
Local hospitals seeing an increase in hospitalizations for COVID-19 in younger adults. They tell us the majority of these patients have not been vaccinated. Tiffany Huertas has more on what Baptist hospitals in San Antonio are dealing with right now.
All of our facilities are seeing COVID patients and taking appropriate precautions in order to protect patients as well as staff and family members.
Dr. Lynette Watkins is the chief medical officer for Baptist Health System. She says they have been seeing younger adults getting sick, those in their 20s, 30s, and most of them are not vaccinated. In Bexar County, only 34% of those ages 20 to 24 are fully vaccinated, 33.6% of those ages 20 to 29, and 37.7% of those ages 30 to 34.
We realize that vaccination rates have slowed in our community and really across the country, and that we're seeing more cases.
We are also seeing people who are vaccinated test positive for COVID, including comedian Gabriel Iglesias. Today, he announced that he tested positive for COVID-19 and canceled the rest of his performances in San Antonio. He said he's had body aches and chills, but otherwise feels pretty good. At Baptist hospitals, Dr. Watkins says there are patients who are vaccinated and have COVID who are admitted, but it's a small percentage, and their symptoms are very different from those who are not vaccinated.
The ones that are vaccinated and have to be hospitalized are primarily milder presentations. They're not necessarily in the intensive care unit. They're not necessarily requiring more close monitoring or oxygenation or supplemental oxygenation.
Watkins says the message is clear.
Vaccinate for yourselves, for your families, your friends, and your community.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Day 4 in the capital murder trial of Otis McCain, the man accused of killing San Antonio Police Detective Benjamin Marconi. Today, jurors heard from 2 police officers who were among the first to arrive at that scene after the deadly shots were fired. Also in the courtroom for that testimony and video today are Erica Hernandez, who is covering this case for us. She joins us live from outside the courthouse. Erica.
Yeah, Myra, they described that scene as very chaotic and very emotional. Now, here's some of that footage. We won't be showing you the moments they arrived actually to the scene. When both arrived, though, aid was already being rendered to Detective Marconi. Officer Frances Ochoa testified she left the scene and headed to the hospital because she was also a family assistance officer. She spoke about the moments she spoke to Marconi's sister and son when they arrived.
When she was running in, I stopped her and I asked her what she knew, what she had heard, and she didn't know that he had passed away. They were about to take him into the room where Ben was laying, and I wasn't sure that he had been actually notified that Ben had died. So I kind of stepped in the way and I said, hold on, what do you know?
Now, court has adjourned for today. It's expected to pick back up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Live at the Cabana Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Erica. We have new information about a shooting at a Northside apartment complex where one man was killed. The shooting happened last week at the Bungalow 9 apartments off Country Village. That's not far from Loop 410 and Broadway. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office has identified the victim as 59-year-old Tony Atwood. San Antonio police say Atwood found dead in the breezeway. Police believe it was a targeted shooting. Witnesses say they saw a vehicle with at least 2 people drive off.
A West Side man finding trouble outside of his door overnight. San Antonio police say someone shot him soon after he opened that door on El Paso Street near South General McMullen. Right now, police telling our Katrina Weber it looks like money was the motive.
A 37-year-old man is ready for a ride to a hospital after becoming a crime victim in his own home. Police say someone knocked on his door in the 4100 block of El Paso Street overnight with no plans for a friendly visit. He instead seemed to have robbery on his mind. Police say he shot the victim in his chest, leaving him in critical condition. When officers arrived around 3 this morning, paramedics had him in the driveway working to save his life.
Police say it wasn't long after the man heard the knock on the door that he heard the crackle of gunfire. They say the shots were fired with very few words being exchanged.
They say the victim told them the man at the door asked for money. When he said he didn't have any, he tried to force his way in, then pulled the trigger. The shooter ran off before police arrived. They say the only description they had is that he was wearing a dark-colored shirt. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
SAPD also looking for a man they say is connected to a robbery. It happened at a bakery on North Zarzamora near West Woodlawn Avenue. Police tell us the suspect walked into the bakery, demanded money from a worker. This happened on June 16th. He also pointed to his hand, which was wrapped in cloth at the worker. It's not clear if he actually had a weapon. Police say he ran off before investigators got to the scene. If you can help police identify who this guy is, call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP.
New at 6, in response to Sunday's protests, the Cuban government is now allowing travelers to bring in unlimited amounts of food, medicine, and hygiene products duty-free. Tonight, a Cuban expatriate, as well as a professor with family in Cuba, saying it's only a token gesture. Jesse DeGollado tells us they believe far more is needed to head off a humanitarian crisis in a country that became a communist relic.
Libertad! Libertad! Demanding liberty? Unheard of in a country that hasn't had mass protests like this since Fidel Castro's communist regime seized control of Cuba, declaring socialism or death. So to see this, more than 60 years later,
that shows that Cubans are not going to put up with this anymore.
They were shouting, "We are not afraid," but at what cost? Beyond many being arrested.
The police is going to people's home and taking them, and some people have been killed.
The UTSA professor with family still in Cuba says many are desperate, angered by money being spent to build hotels, while they say people are starving, while still others have died because the COVID-19 vaccine Cuba developed isn't widely available, much less other medications and basic necessities.
It's got to stop. It has to stop. They've got to be strong. They've got to continue.
A San Antonio realtor brought here by her parents when she was a baby, along with her siblings, Susana Baird has gone back to visit several times with family to bring some needed supplies.
Even if it's once a year or every couple years, I feel like it's better than nothing.
What happens now, it's said, will be up to Cubans themselves, but with the support of the international community.
This is the beginning, and I know that every Cuban American is going to support them in any way they can.
Jesse Degollado, KSAT 12 News.
All right, we got up to 90 degrees today. Didn't have the rain showers. The rain showers from the coast didn't make it to us like they did yesterday.
No, they didn't. And it's going to be like this for several more days until our weather pattern shifts again in the foreseeable future, and that's going to boost rain chances. It's nice to see the aquifer so far above average for July. I mean, it's crazy. We're nearly 11 feet above average for this time of year in terms of the aquifer. And of course, we're not in drought. This is the newest drought monitor. No drought locally. It's all in far west Texas. And then, of course, the western third of the United States and even the Northland. So obviously we don't need the rain, but we're going to get more of it likely in the days ahead. We'll talk about that pattern shift coming up.
There are miles and miles of roads that have been targeted for repair that are failing or have failed already. The city council district with the most roads in need of repair coming up next. When San Antonio City Council members return from their break next month, the top issue on their agenda will be the city budget.
Samuel King joins us now. Samuel, fixing roads and streets are going to be a big part of that discussion.
Definitely, Steve and Myra. 11% of city streets overall are considered failed or failing, with another 12% in poor condition. 76.87 miles to be specific, or 17% of all streets in District 2 on the east side are considered failed or failing, meaning they will need to be reconstructed or reclaimed. District 3 follows with 63 miles. At 63.5 miles, or 14%. The Public Works Department is proposing $110 million to begin addressing the issue of failing streets citywide. And District 2 City Council member Jalen McKee Rodriguez tells me that he's pleased to see that his district is slated to receive a higher percentage of funding this year in order to address past neglect.
You have to recognize that for so long, the east side was without. And so now we have to not only allot an equal amount, but we have to add in some of that cushion. We have to gain back from those losses.
And McKee Rodriguez says the east side has some of the darkest streets at night in the city, as you can see here. So he wants to see the development of a street lighting index. That means more street lights will be allocated on need and not solely requests or complaints in the community. He says that would help with safety and other quality of life issues. Overall, the city estimates it would take more than $900 million to address the amount of failed streets citywide. As for this evening's traffic, looking at the highways on the eastern side of town, 35 and Loop 410, busy as it usually is this time of day. As we head over here to the traffic wall, you can see that traffic there. Let's take a look at some times here. I-10 still an issue at this hour. So if you're heading from Loop 410 into downtown, I-37, 17 minutes, only 5 minutes the other way. Most of that delay here is that you get closer to downtown. Also continuing to watch issues on the northwest side. We had a crash at John Peace Boulevard earlier. We're still seeing those effects there. 41 minutes westbound from 281 to Bandera Road. It's crawling, Steve and Meyer, at 19 miles per hour.
All right, thanks, Samuel. Look outside with Sky 12, looking downtown here at the Torch of Friendship. Plenty of sunshine out there. And 90 degrees, it feels hotter than 90 degrees because we've been a little spoiled up to this point.
It does. we have been spoiled by the rain so far in July. And I still can't wrap my head around the fact we may not hit 100 degrees in July.
Oh, we might not. And I'm going to show you the temperature outlook for at least the next 5 to 7 days. And I don't even think we'll be close. And there's a chance we may not do it at all in July. And there have been, I think, a couple dozen years on record where we haven't hit 100 degrees at all. So it's not like it's completely unheard of to not even hit 100 in a given year. Today, our high temperature was 90. And that's 5 degrees below average for the day. Our morning low, 74, just 1 degree below average. Elsewhere across South Texas, Del Rio made it up to 98. 90 for the high in Hondo. Look at the hill country, Kerrville and Fredericksburg, only 87 for the high temperature. I say only because this time of year, usually it's warmer. And take a look at this. The month of July so far in terms of our temperature, look at all those days we've been below average. All but one day we've been below average. That one day was Saturday, July 3rd. The weekend of the 4th of July, we made it up to 95 degrees. That's the hottest we've been so far this month. Right now, the average is 95, and we're not going to be there till maybe Monday will come close. You look across the state, not bad for July. I mean, Alpine 92 in Abilene. Junction topped out at 92 degrees, and I showed you our temperatures locally, mostly upper 80s in the hill country, low to mid 90s elsewhere. Currently, we're at 85 in Kerrville, 89 here in San Antonio, New Braunfels 91 along with Carrizo Springs. You get locally in Bernie's 86, Comfort 88, Randolph, Converse area 90, and Seguin 87. So just a few degrees below average for this time of day in mid-July. And you look ahead, tomorrow low 90s, Saturday, Sunday about 93, up to 94 on Monday. So close, pretty much where it averages this time of year. But then look at that drop off Tuesday and Wednesday. We're thinking highs back down in the mid to upper 80s. The reason being, more rain likely and an upper level disturbance on the way. We had a few isolated or widely separated showers far east and southeast of San Antonio today. This is going to be the general trend on the radar the next couple of days, closer to the Gulf coastline and within about 3 counties of the Gulf Coast is where we can expect a few pop-up afternoon showers. Locally, I think we're mostly going to be dry now and through the weekend and even on into Monday. Let's talk about our weather pattern shift. Upper level high. It's over Southern California right now. That's going to start pushing northward. Not yet, but once we get into next week. So this is going to actually get closer to us over the weekend. But next week, it's going to push northward. Open the door for a disturbance. And it looks like we'll have one by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. In turn, rain chances boosted back up to about 60%. Until Tuesday, highly isolated, mainly along the Gulf coastline. So tonight, temperatures falling through the 80s very gradually. 8 o'clock, 86, 10 o'clock, 82, and then upper 70s by midnight. Tomorrow we'll start the day at 75, make it up to 92, southeasterly wind 10 to 15, mostly sunny during the day, just some of those coastal showers. Del Rio about 100 tomorrow, 93 in Hondo, Uvalde a high of 95. Timberwood Park about 91 and Castroville 93. There's that drop in temperatures next week. We've got some confidence in that upper level disturbance coming in. If that all stays on track, it should give us more numerous showers and thunderstorms and basically what we've oddly become accustomed to.
It is weird, but we'll take it. Thanks, Adam.
All right, Big 12 Media Days have already begun, and they start with perhaps one of the most high-profile coaches in the Big 12.
Yeah, university.
And he hasn't even coached a game.
Right, Texas football coach Sarkisian. He says that the Horns can't rely on magical fairy dust. Yeah, but he is pleased, though, the way his players are buying into his system as coach takes part of his first Big 12 Media Days. And right here in high school football, O'Connor QB John Locke is going to Colorado State. He gave him his verbal commitment. Coming up. Big 12 Media Days ahead of the upcoming college football season kicked off yesterday with 5 teams making an appearance in Arlington at AT&T Stadium. The other 5 teams met with the media today, including the Texas Longhorns and their first-year head coach, Steve Sarkisian. Coach said it's great to have a full-fledged Media Days, and it's exciting to know they're going to have full stadiums again this season. Coach is also pleased with how his players are coming along.
I love the buy-in that we have. You know, we've got a roster that, you know, I think is one that is more than capable of being competitive at a high level. You know, I've done a full rebuild before. This is my third time around of being a head coach, and to inherit this team coming off a 7-3 season with 3 losses by a combined 13 points is something that you know, we're in a little better position than most when you take over a new program.
Texas was picked third in the 2021 Big 12 football media preseason poll. Iowa State was second, with Oklahoma picked first. O'Connor Panthers senior quarterback John Locke is a talented football player. The past 2 seasons, he's played receiver for the Panthers, catching 41 passes for 640 yards with 6 touchdowns. This season, he's QB1. But once he goes to the next level, he's going to line up as a tight end for Colorado State University. Last week, he verbally committed to the Rams, and today we asked him why.
You know, like I said, I really fell in love with the coaching staff up there. The head coach, Coach Adazio, really reminds me of my own head coach, Coach Molesky, and their position coach actually played in the NFL as a tight end, and so I feel like there's a lot of credibility there, and he's a really good guy, and so I feel like I can take my talents even further through Colorado State, and Colorado State's going to do some good things here in a couple of years.
John Locke is the second 2022 tight end commitment for CSU and the 4th Texas commitment for the Rams during this recruiting cycle.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Indianapolis Colts safety and special teams ace George Odom is in town working out with Bebe McClinton, the owner of All Sports Speed and Conditioning. Odom recently bought a house in Dallas, making the trip more convenient. The 27-year-old had knee surgery back in May and is getting ready for his 4th NFL campaign.
I have to focus on my body for longevity. That's why I'm here now at Bebe's. I stretch every day. I open my hips up every day. He get my leg right. He get my body right. And every day he's trying to focus on the things that I need. And so moving forward in the season, that's helping me explode off the line. That's helping me backpedal, brake. That's helping me plant my foot in the ground. And that's really the stepping stone and the foundation of how I'm gonna build from here on out.
Odom told us he took over 160 COVID-19 tests last season and that this season teams will have to go through the Colts.
You feeling the pressure? Nah, that's funny. I don't have no pressure on me, man. I've been here so many times in my life. You know, I've been boxing since I was 8 years old.
Unified World Champion Jermell Charlo laughed at that question. He feels no pressure ahead of his title showdown with WBO World Champion Brian Castano Saturday night at the AT&T Center. The two met face-to-face at the final press conference today at the Thompson San Antonio Riverwalk.
They are ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are.
By the way, so Coach Sarkisian was only just today.
Just today.
I was hoping maybe they would have him all week and then it could be Sark week. But
I love when there's a setup, you know, when the ground has been laid for the pun. Our KSAT Q&A is up next.
That's for you. Welcome back.
I'm glad. The numbers are certainly concerning, especially with the rate of COVID-19 vaccinations slowing down. Cases up in our area, numbers up in the hospital, our positivity rate now up over 11%, nearly doubling from the week before. So to give us an idea of what we need to know at this point in this pandemic, Dr. Ruth Bergman joining us as she always does on Thursdays, infectious disease specialist with UT Health San Antonio. Good to see you as always. Tell us what we're dealing with right now in San Antonio in terms of these numbers. What does that say to you?
Yes, well, this was not unpredicted, right? I mean, we knew that with the Delta variant and with large numbers of people remaining unvaccinated, that we would see increased numbers of cases. We've seen a doubling, and we knew that we would see more people in the hospital. And so we have roughly 250 people in the hospital in San Antonio right now. That's up from 117 last month at the low. And, you know, this isn't nearly where we used to be 6 months ago, and we had over 1,400 hospitalized, but we don't like this uptick. And we know exactly what we need to do about it, though. Exactly what we need to do is get everybody vaccinated.
Are these young adults that you're seeing? I mean, what are the ages that we're seeing of the people that are coming in and the people that are hospitalized?
Yeah, 95% of the hospitalized people are unvaccinated. That means it's rare to have a person with COVID in the hospital that was vaccinated. And a lot of them are in the more youthful age group. And right now, only a third of our 15 to 29-year-olds in San Antonio are fully vaccinated. So we'd love to focus on this group and motivate them to come on in and get vaccinated to avoid landing in the hospital, because it isn't only older people who get hospitalized. Quite frankly, most of our older people in San Antonio have been vaccinated, and yet we're seeing the hospitals start to fill up again. So it's an issue for sure for young adults and young people.
We know that the vaccine is widely available. There are several places that you can go get it without having an appointment. So for those who still have not been vaccinated, what's the scenario you believe that those people are facing, or the potential for them to get infected with this Delta variant now?
Yeah, I think folks are paying attention to stuff that they're seeing on social media, which is oftentimes very misleading. And we're in a phase now where lots of people are taking off their masks because, as the CDC guidance said, you don't have to wear a mask if you've been vaccinated. So everybody's taking off their masks, both the vaccinated and the unvaccinated, and that leaves the unvaccinated people unprotected. And so what they're facing is the potential to get sick, with this Delta variant, which is becoming the dominant variant across the United States, and which we have seen is more infectious to other people and can be more lethal and make people sicker quicker than the original variety of the virus that we had.
Yeah, and we're seeing this across the country. Los Angeles County today just reinstituting its mask mandate there. My next question is kind of twofold. What does this mean for back to school? And is there a real problem with people just getting the first dose and not coming back for the second dose when we're talking about Pfizer and Moderna?
Yeah, let me take the second question first. In San Antonio, we have more than 200,000 people that didn't come back for their second vaccine. So I'm talking to you right now. If you're in San Antonio and you're one of those 200,000 that didn't come back for your second vaccine, you need to know that you're not very protected at all against this new Delta variant, only about 33% protection if you've had one dose. So come on back and get your second dose. It doesn't matter how long it's been since your first dose. Just come on back and try to get the same variety of vaccine that you got the first time. In other words, if you had Moderna, get Moderna. If you had Pfizer, get Pfizer. But one way or another, come back and get your second dose. Now, what about back to school? Well, we're in the middle of July right now. And as you know, it's 21 days in between the first and the second dose of the Pfizer vaccine. So if you started now, you could get yourself fully vaccinated by the time you go back to school. And we strongly urge people to do that so that they can go to school and pay attention and not be constantly nervous or worried about whether they're going to get sick or whether they're going to take the virus home to somebody who's elderly or unprotected at home. So back to school will be best if we can get as many people 12 and up vaccinated as we possibly can.
And back to school is going to be here before we all know it. It seems like with cases increasing, numbers in the hospital increasing, a big question a lot of people ask first is, were people vaccinated who have been infected? And we did get a viewer question kind of speaking to that point that a lot of people wonder. This person asks, with COVID cases increasing, it's been said that some infected people have been vaccinated. Do we have any idea which vaccines these people received who have been infected despite being vaccinated?
Yeah, so this is very well documented. Nobody would deny that we've seen cases of COVID with symptoms in people that are fully vaccinated. It's rare, though, and the vast majority of those fully vaccinated people do not get sick enough to go to the hospital, okay? Now, what we know in our own hospital is that the vast majority of the sick people, the COVID people with symptoms bad enough to get them hospitalized, they are unvaccinated. There are a few percent, maybe 5%, are people who were vaccinated and wind up in the hospital. But As far as whether it's the Moderna that's failing versus the Pfizer versus the Johnson & Johnson, we don't have that kind of granular data from San Antonio, but we can go back to the population data that's been released by the companies that make these vaccines, and we know that the mRNA vaccines, Pfizer and Moderna, tend to be 94 to 95% effective at preventing symptoms, whereas the Johnson & Johnson vaccine tends to be more like about 64% effective in preventing symptoms.
Dr. Ruth Bergeron with the Long School of Medicine at UT Health San Antonio. As always, we appreciate your help in separating the fact from the fiction that's out there. Thank you for your time.
Don't miss your shot. Don't miss your shot.
Or your second one.
Yeah, either one.
We'll see you next week. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Bandera Road, we told you earlier this month, or maybe last month, it all runs together right now, about this virtual public hearing that TxDOT is undergoing, virtual public meeting, I should say, on Bandera Road. What would you like to see happen on Bandera between Loop 1604 and Loop 410? The deadline for public comment had been the 14th, but that's now been extended. So you have another week or so to let TxDOT know what you want to see, what you think would improve things on Bandera Road. And taking a look at the traffic there on Bandera this evening here, looking okay. It could be better, could be worse. 12 minutes for that stretch between Loop 410 and Loop 1604. Still seeing some issues here by the airport on 410 westbound, approaching 281 down to 19 miles per hour, seeing some red and orange there. And we can see that here on the TransGuide cameras. You can see the traffic slowly moving there. So if you're heading to the airport, maybe picking someone up this evening, just keep in mind there could be some delays, Stephen Meyer.
All right, thanks, Samuel. Look outside with live cam, pretty picture out there. It actually felt like this is a hot summer day.
It did.
But that's all relative.
I wish we had.
2021.
I wish we just had some sort of instrument to measure how hot it was. What would that be on a Thursday?
Thermometer, baby! I got one right there. That's going to be the winners. This Thermometer Thursday, that's going to be the winners. And I'm going to bring together what a fishing tournament and Thermometer Thursday have to do with each other coming up.
All right.
89 now. Typical evening. Falling through the 80s, pretty quiet. We'll talk about increasing rain chances right around the corner, straight ahead.
All right. What do fishing and Thermometer Thursday have in common? That's quite a tease. I'm hooked.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wow. Kasky, welcome back to you. Welcome back to
right,
me.
Here we are.
You know, we're
I've been here all week. So.
and he'll be here all week.
Hey, tip your waiter.
Okay,
so
we baited him right in, Myra.
Oh, hey!
That's a good catch. All right, so
we heard a laugh from the production crew.
No, it was more of a groan.
I don't know if it was a groan. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was definitely
I was giving
a groan.
you some credit there, but you're right. It was a groan.
Let's get to the weather.
Yes.
We're going to move on here. All right, we're going to cast right through this and just get
Oh, he's reeling us in.
No. Quiet through the weekend. We need to get quieter right now. Quiet through the weekend. Looking more active into next week. And the Saharan dust, it's on the increase. And it's really going to affect us the next couple of days. So let's get right to it. Looking at our weather pattern, we had a few of those hit or miss showers closer to the Gulf coastline, typical for the afternoon hours this time of year. We're going to see this through the weekend and even Monday. So I think we'll mainly just have these fair weather clouds and then a few showers popping up within a few counties, 2 to 3 counties of the Gulf coastline. So that's between I-10 and I-37 and closer to Houston, those daily pop-up showers. Around here, things are going to change, I think, as we get into next week. You look at the activity and really just the Panhandle and parts of East Texas seeing some activity. And we really need it out in the mountains of West Texas, Alpine, Marfa area, even Big Bend National Park. Upper level high, that's over Southern California right now. This is not going to plant itself directly overhead, but it's going to come a little bit closer this weekend. Still pretty quiet weather. We get into next week. It pushes northward into the northwest of us. That opens the door for a disturbance to move in, and it looks like we'll have one that's going to make it here by Tuesday and Wednesday. So with that disturbance, assuming this all stays on track, this will stir things up and increase our rain chances Tuesday and Wednesday. Basically just give us more numerous showers and thunderstorms and more clouds as well, so that would drop the temperatures a bit. We've already been below average all month. We talked about that last half hour. You look at our rain chances, and only about 10% here through the weekend and into next week. We'll give it a 20% on Sunday, but this is generally just implying mostly those coastal showers popping up within 2 to 3 counties of the Gulf coastline. So Lavaca, DeWitt County, Goliad, Victoria. Yeah, you could see a few of those. Around here, it's going to be unlikely. But by Tuesday, Wednesday, we bump it up to 60%, so those showers becoming more numerous. Before that rain really comes in, we'll have extra dust in the air. Not much out there right now up above us, but notice this more concentrated batch of Saharan dust. It's over the Bay of Campeche. That's going to push northward, and we think by tomorrow afternoon really increase our dust content in the air, lasting through Saturday and then gradually dissipating on into Sunday. So if you're affected by the African dust, you may notice it a little bit Friday and Saturday. If anything, you'll just notice a little extra haze in the air. Not too much haze now. 89 degrees, dew point is 71, feels like 95. 89 now in Uvalde. 90 Pleasanton and Hondo, 85 in Kerrville. Tomorrow, we'll start the day at 75 degrees and then make it up into the lower 90s. So 75 in the morning. By the noon hour, we'll be in the mid 80s, low 90s for a high. But keep in mind, the average high is 95. So we're going to stay below that. Southeasterly breeze at 10 to 15. 93 Saturday, Sunday, even into Monday, 94. But then you see that temperature drop into next week by Tuesday and Wednesday. With those increasing rain chances, that would also drop our temperatures a bit as well. And right now we're thinking mid to upper 80s. Of course, it could be a little bit cooler depending on how that rain all pans out. All right. I was going to actually put this on, but kind of complicated with the microphone and all. Got a little fishing challenge or fishing tournament, you could say, this weekend. Okay. When I show up to a fishing tournament, I show up looking good. And in uniform.
Why do I think that's debatable?
Okay. We got the artificial anglers, right? Okay, we're just getting to tying it all together here. On one sleeve, you can measure your fish. It's got a legit to scale ruler. Mm-hmm. Okay. The other sleeve got a nice little rendition of the Texas flag there.
Okay.
Who sponsors it? Thermters!
Oh, wow!
So that basically just means I bought the shirts for the whole team. That's all it is. And then, of course, we there's more. The artificial anglers, and we are the Croaker Soakers.
How many names do you have?
Just a few. Got to show up. You got to look the part when you're showing up to fish in a competition and a tournament sponsored by Thermthurs. So when you're fishing back bays or on the beach, basically any time of year, you see that Thermometer Thursday logo? Come on over, say hi.
You know, you're right. GQ really does hang out at fishing tournaments for the best dressed.
They do now. They will. They're on their way. All right. Now the winner of this week, it's going to be awesome. We're going to win. I'll let you know how we do it. The freeze did not help fishing at all this year. I know that. We have low expectations, but we're going to have a good time. Inez Gutierrez of San Antonio, the winner of this week's homemade thermometer.
I'm just imagining the conversations where you're brainstorming team names.
It was a good
That had to be enthusiastic.
And I said, no matter what, we're sponsored by
He didn't even ask me. Oh. I would have given you a name.
That is true.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
Yep. Whatever, Kasky.
Happened for a reason.
In case you missed it, coming up next.
Here's today's In Case You Missed It.
And a good morning to you. It's Thursday, July 15th.
Of the shooting of Hannah Westall, an event captured already on dashboard camera. Though the clip may not reveal much new about the shooting, its appearance in a trove of files sent over by the city as part of a federal lawsuit shocked her family's attorney.
That for 2 years, the family long before I was involved, was told that there was no body cam.
Ricardo Lawson has been found not guilty for the murder of Marcus McGee Sims back in 2019. It happened in the 200 block of East Commerce Street, where McGee Sims was found with multiple stab wounds. He was then taken to the hospital where he died from his injuries. Lawson arrested for the murder after surveillance footage showed a confrontation between Lawson and McGee Sims.
Now an update on a fatal RV fire we told you about last week. The victim has been identified as 60-year-old Paul Edward Rose. The fire happened early Friday morning at a property in the 200 block of Reedwell Drive on the east side. Firefighters found his body once the flames were put out. At last check, the cause is still under investigation.
In a significant escalation of federal aid to fight poverty, millions of Americans are now starting to receive expanded child tax credits.
Today, for families all over our country, for children all over our country, help is here.
The Biden administration is sending out $15 billion to an estimated 60 million children. Qualifying families will receive up to $250 monthly for every child between the ages of 6 and 17, and $300 a month for children under the age of 6.
Before we go, things looking a lot better on 1604, but still some delays. 24 minutes if you're heading westbound from 281 to Bandera Road, 21 minutes in the other direction. Some problems as you approach downtown on I-10. You're down to 8 miles per hour there. Some sort of vehicle fire or crash. This is a trans guide. You can kind of see it there in the background. You see the fire trucks there, traffic trying to get around it. So again, this is I-10 approaching Frio and downtown. So watch out for that if you're heading out this evening, Steve and Myra.
All right, thanks, Samuel. And thanks for watching the news at 6.
We'll see you back here on the Night Beat at 10.